Hey guys, so the first thing I want to say before I start this video is I don't currently have my K-tuner. So a few weeks ago I updated my K-tuner and I was having an issue that I know a few people have had online where random LED lights would just start coming on, going off, flashing different colors, and it wasn't doing anything to hurt the car, but it was just kind of annoying, especially at night when you have bright LEDs flashing in your face randomly just while you're driving. And I have my LEDs set to the tachometer, so above 4,500 RPMs all the way to 6,000 RPMs, it would light up different colors depending on what RPM it was at and all that, in order to know when to shift without looking down, which you can kind of listen for, but it's just kind of cool to watch the K-tuner do its thing with the tach when you get the RPMs into the higher range. So I've reached out to K-tuner and they told me to send in the K-tuner. They'll take care of it. One thing I did find a little weird was that they wouldn't tell me what causes it. They wouldn't tell me any information at all about it. All they said was send it to us and we'll send it back to you. And I went, okay. So then I called again and said, well, I'll send it into that address, but how do you know how to send it back to me? And what should I write with it? And they were like, no, nothing. Just send back the K-tuner. We'll send it back to you. So I thought that was a little odd. I don't know what to think of it. So I just want you to be aware that for this video, my K-tuner is not actually here, even though I'm talking about a tune. I've been daily driving the TSP Stage 1 Plus tune for a while though. It's got to be over a month at this point, and I got a lot of things to say about it. So I'll try to keep this video shorter. I understand a lot of you that watch this don't like when I go on and on about every little detail. So I'll get right into it and say the first thing is it is such a great tune. With TSP Stage 1, I always had an issue where my fuel trims would be off. My long-term fuel trim specifically would, some days it would only be like -2, -3. Other days it would be -13. So it was very kind of finicky in the whole sense of the fuel trims. And so I like that with TSP Stage 1 Plus, it seems to be a little more consistent. I stay between like -4 and 1. So most of the time it's at 0, but it does fluctuate a little bit, but it's a lot more consistent than it was with the regular TSP Stage 1 tune. I've also had a lot of people in the comments, at least a few people in the comments have asked, well, I don't have 93 octane where I am. Can I run 91 on TSP Stage 1 Plus? So according to Two-Step Performance on their website, they say that you need to run 93 or higher to get the most performance. My thought on that is you probably could run 91 if you really needed to, but at that point I would stick with a tune that's more suited for whatever fuel you're using. So like TSP Stage 1 uses 91 octane as their minimum. TSP Stage 1 Plus uses 93 octane. If you can't find 93 octane, then don't even bother getting the tune, because it's really not that different. And that gets me into the next point, where TSP Stage 1 versus TSP Stage 1 Plus, I can't tell you any noticeable difference. I've been daily driving it nonstop for, like I said, over a month now, and I really can't tell you a difference. It feels a little different just because you can set the throttle padding and things like that, which I'm not sure if you can do on TSP Stage 1 now. I believe you can, but I know you can do it on TSP Stage 1 Plus. But besides that, the PSIs like of the turbo are exactly the same. The fueling supposedly a little different, but it feels pretty much the same. So I don't see a point in killing yourself over getting the TSP Stage 1 Plus instead of TSP Stage 1. If you already have TSP Stage 1, don't feel like you're missing this crazy experience that you need to have, it's really not that much different. I will say though, on TSP Stage 1, I liked that the map 3 had 2 different tunes. So like in regular mode, it would be, I believe it was 19 PSI, and then in sport mode, it was 25 PSI. With TSP Stage 1 Plus, both in map 3, both whether sport mode is on or not, it's 26 PSI. So I kind of liked having that option of, if I was in map 3, being able to switch between 19 and 25, because I don't want to kill this car. I know it wasn't meant to daily drive on 25 pounds of boost every single day. If you baby the car, you can do it, but no one tunes their car to baby it. And I think that's a big thing to think about when you go to tune your car, is no one, if you're gonna beat the crap out of your car every single day and you want something reliable at the end of the day, don't tune it. This car is plenty of fun without tuning it, and tuning it is kind of risky. You have to understand that. I will say TSP Stage 1 and TSP Stage 1 Plus compared to stock though is a night and day difference. I got into this car after unlocking the K-tuner and flashing it back to stock in order to send it back in. Went to go pull out, gave it quite a bit of gas, and went, wait, I'm not moving. And so it does make quite a big difference, especially on the butt dyno. I would think that if people wanted to modify their car, the thing you should really start with is the K-tuner. It just unlocks so many possibilities right off the bat that it's the best bang for your buck in terms of an upgrade I think you can do. A lot of people say it's the intercooler because of heat soak. It's 90 degrees out today, and I can't tell you what my temperatures are right now, but I can tell you that on days when it's been 85 degrees out and I'm driving around during the day, my temperatures, like air intake 1 stays around 115 to maybe 128 or so. But then the highest I've ever seen air intake 2, which is after the intercooler, is about 100. So it really does a pretty consistent job of keeping the temperature at least 20 degrees cooler over the air that's coming in. And keep in mind, I have the K&N intake, which is more like a short ram intake than a cold air intake, which is why my intake temperatures are so high. But it's much cheaper, and it gives you the same sound that the PRL gives you. And living in a wet climate, I don't have to worry about hydrolocking my engine or anything like that if I go through a big puddle or something during a storm. So let me know what you guys think of TSP Stage 1 and TSP Stage 1 Plus, and feel free to ask any questions. I know, like I said, I don't have the K-tuner in front of me right now, but I've been driving it for over a month, and I've been driving TSP Stage 1 for almost a year now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know.